Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'd like to talk about the month of May and all the changes that are about to occur starting this month. But before we start with May, I just want to inform everyone that I'm going to be having a conference here in Dallas, Texas, October 5th through the 7th. And for those astrology lovers who want to learn more about Vedic astrology, I urge you to go check out our website, which is futureofastrology.com. And I have done a YouTube that gives further information on this conference, so check it out. But now I want to get into the details of what is going to be happening this month, because so much is changing. Mars, for the most part, when it shifts signs, the whole energetic field on the planet will change. Mars is going to shift into Capricorn, which is its strongest sign it can be in. And by the way, remember, I am doing Vedic astrology. This is not tropical Western. This is sidereal Vedic astrology, where the planets are backwards assigned from the Western placements. But these true placements will really determine what is happening here over the course of the next 3 to 4 months. Mars on May 3rd goes into Capricorn, its strongest sign it can be in. This is its exaltation sign. It picks up enormous strength, and it is coming together with K2. This combination is powerful, and powerful in some very difficult ways, which I'm going to discuss with you, because Mars K2 can represent anger, fear, and terrorism. That is going to be intensifying over the course of the summer months in the Northern Hemisphere. Of course, it's the winter months in the Southern Hemisphere, but watch how things change. Now, Mars will come together and will finally exactly conjunct K2 by June 7th. And when this happens, you're going to know that things are different in the world from the way they appear. So different. And I want to talk about some of the aspects of Mars, because what is really happening whenever you have a planet conjunct Rahu or K2, then that means that planet is likely to be involved with the eclipses. Mars, when it turns retrograde, which it will turn retrograde on June 26th, watch the energy change. Because Mars in Capricorn right now deals with government, deals with leaders, and empowering these aspects of world leaders. Mars is powerful, but when it shifts to its retrograde on June 26th, and it will be retrograde for approximately 2 months, the whole dynamic changes. Everything that we thought was going to happen will shift and change. The last time that Mars was with K2 in the sign of Capricorn was in 1999. This was some explosive events with the economy, with the stock market, which we have been experiencing again this year. But the energy will change. And yes, I think May and June, the economy is going to be doing quite well. The stock market is going up. Things are prosperous. People are excited. Watch how it changes when we start the period of the eclipses. There will be a partial solar eclipse July 12th and August 11th, but the lunar eclipse of July 27th is giant. It will definitely change the whole dynamics, energy here on Earth, but particularly with the economy and the stock market. I think we're going to go up and we're going to go down. I don't know if it's going to be a crash, but it is going to it's going to be so volatile that it's really, really hard to predict. But I can predict there will be radical shifts and changes. Also, if we want to talk about the economy, Going back to the very last time that Mars was retrograde in Capricorn was 1971. And there was a lot of events that Mars retrograde in Capricorn brought out, because remember, Capricorn has to do with governments and leaders. And when it went retrograde this particular year, this was when the press, the New York Times, got a hold of a story that the government had been lying to the people about the Vietnam War. And what happened was the people really lost trust in the government. And this is where we're headed again. Of course, you could probably say, where is the trust right now with government all over the world? But this is going to be a pivotal time when events are surfaced and will change everything. This will happen in July. So this lunar eclipse is so powerful that happens July 27th because it is conjunct Mars. So you're going to have K2 Mars and the moon within a few degrees on this day, which will shift everything. And Mars being retrograde reverses the exalted quality of Mars to a planet that appears debilitated. So this is crucial that the energy goes from high to low during this time. Now, another thing astrologically that will be happening astronomically from our vantage point, Mars will be out of bounds. And what out of bounds means is when it is beyond the declination of the normal range where it travels with the sun. This is what declination is all about. And what you're going to find is the declination of a planet that is not out of bounds is approximately around 24 degrees, a little more or less, but Mars will be traveling in declination around 25, 26 degrees. What does that mean? It means that everything is out of control. And that's where we're headed. So the reason why I'm telling you about all of these shifts and changes now that are about to occur, because the onset is starting now and there's major changes to come. So it's best to get prepared now. Now, there are some amazing aspects that are happening this month. And one is going to be around May 13th, when Mercury will conjunct Uranus. They're going to be in the sign of Aries, so this can deal with travel, new beginnings, excitement, but it also deals with new inventions. The way that we see things, the way that we process things, and technology is about to go through another revelation. You're going to find different platforms dealing also with social media that are going to take off and be completely different than what we have been familiar with. And this is the onset of something new. But it also rules machinery. And I get that there's going to be some mishaps with machinery, particularly dealing with airlines and airplanes. There's going to be more and more problems dealing with travel plans, and possibly terrorism dealing with travel in airplanes. The summer is going to be intense. And I keep saying summer, but let's just say in North America and in Europe, in the northern hemisphere, this is where I see the most intensity. Around Australia in the southern hemisphere, which it's winter, there's going to be more shakeups and earthquakes. And yes, I do see more earthquakes throughout this year, but particularly it's going to start this month in May. And I do get that California will be shaking. I don't think it's going to be a catastrophic, terrible earthquake, but there will be many earthquakes, and they will cause structural damage to buildings. So watch for this coming up. This is going to be shaking. A lot more volcanic eruptions, and that goes hand in hand with the earthquakes. So Mars will square Uranus around May 16th. This is a very uncomfortable aspect because Uranus also deals with technology, Mars is machinery. So this is the time that I feel is not the greatest time to be traveling. So be cautious around those dates. Of course, there's so many airplanes that take off in a day. It's really got to show up in your birth chart if it's going to affect you personally. But Uranus, once again, is a planet of earthquakes. So we get Mars squaring Uranus. There is the probability that during mid-May, that's where the Earth will be shaking the most. So new technological advances are due to come in by May 22nd. And I say that because on the 22nd, this will be when Mercury will oppose Jupiter. See, Mercury is traveling in the same sign with Uranus. But we also have Mars squaring Uranus. So a lot of pressure and stress and breakthroughs in technology, but a lot of problems that amount to it. And as I said, there is this building towards the stock market and the economics of the world changing. Because another thing that happened the last time Mars was retrograde was in 1971. This was retrograde, in Capricorn. Mars goes retrograde about every 2 years. But when it's in a particular sign, that reflects what's going on. Capricorn dealing with government, dealing with leaders. And at this point, when we go back to the last time that it went retrograde in Capricorn, 1971, that was when we quit backing, the US government quit backing money with gold. So it opened up the economy instead of it being limited in such a way. And this opens up cryptocurrency. As I said, this is going to be a new way that we exchange money. But I will say this, I think it's going to be on a rise from May to June. Be careful in July when we get close to these eclipses, because I believe this is going to be the time that the government starts to put strict regulations on cryptocurrencies. And this will cause a major shuffle, everything is going to change, but in the long run, this is going to put the rules, the regulations that are going to ultimately help cryptocurrency grow in a way that we couldn't ever perceive before. The world and how we exchange money, the world and how we view things, and even technology. And another thing is cameras, technology, visuals. It's going to go through another transformational change. And because Neptune and Jupiter will be in a beautiful trine this month, this trine will take place around May 25th. May 25th, and really predominantly throughout the rest of this month, Jupiter's in trine with Neptune, bringing out spirituality, bringing out the truth. Remember, Neptune can deal with deception, deceit, denials, things that are hidden, big secrets. Jupiter's going to open the door to this. There is a healing of the past and the secrets and the way things were done before. In the government, there's a clearing. It's going to take some time, but there is a definite clearing coming. And through this, there's going to be some explosive events that have to occur to create the cleansing that we need here on Earth. But as Neptune and Jupiter trine one another, movies of spiritual content, music that opens and heals the soul is going to be more prevalent. Creations, creative ability, it will prosper, it will grow. There's going to be a shift in consciousness, in awareness. The ignorance, the darkness is going to come forth and be eradicated so much that there's going to be an awakening. But this is going to take some time. Events that happen this July are going to change to this direction. Don't expect that we're all of a sudden going to be awake. There's a lot that has to transpire over the course of the next 2 years and into 2020. This is a time that everything is building, because let me explain something. The last time that Rahu and Ketu were in these signs, where Rahu is in Cancer, Ketu is in Capricorn, was 1999, representing the explosion with the economy. Then if we go back to another relevant time, which would have been 1981, when we had the nodes in the same signs, there were 2 assassination attempts, one on Ronald Reagan and one on the Pope. We are in this energy again. This summer will be enmeshed with issues like this, that people are on the attack to world leaders. And this is very important and crucial, that we all wake up now instead of letting the energy turn to the darkness. So in other words, we have to work on ourselves spiritually. This will help change consciousness. And that's what the Neptune and Jupiter trine are really trying to tell us right now. So that is our saving grace right now, Jupiter's trine to Neptune. And another thing I want you to know, because people that have a lot of planets in Cancer or Capricorn, and they haven't been taking care of themselves, they're weak, they're frail, or they're very old, this will deplete their energy. And you're going to find in the media, many people are going to pass on, are going to die. So you're going to see world leaders, you're going to see old movie stars, a lot of people in the news. It's going to seem like there's a funeral all the time. So watch as we look at old presidents and as we look at world leaders all around different countries. If they are not in good health, you'll see that things are about to change. There is a moving on, a change of eras. And everything that we think about, what we focus in on, is in a transformational change right now. So get ready, because this is pivotal. This month of May, when Mars goes into Capricorn, May 3rd, then you're going to find that there's major disruption and fear around May 13th, because at that point we have the Mercury conjunct Uranus, big changes, but awakenings. Then we're going to have Mars squaring Uranus. That's going to be the earthquakes and the change and the disruption with machinery. And watch your car. Get your car checked out, because this can cause some problems. And I know there's going to be new technological inventions, and people will be more apt to grow spiritually. They're going to have an interest in the things beyond this world, and more inventions, I believe, that actually connect us to prove what is beyond this world will be coming out. So I'm thinking that this can even be, I've often said, things connecting to other dimensions, other planets, as well as our spiritual truth within. So this is the month that it all revs up. Action, get ready, brace yourself. This is the month of action and change. And by the end of May, you will see things will feel totally different. So with that, I'd like to close. Now, if you would like a dissertation and a vast array of articles written on all of this and Vedic astrology, go to my magazine, which is astrologicmagazine.com. And if you would like to know more about me or would like a reading, you can always go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org. And if you would like to learn Vedic astrology, I have a university, which is University of Vedic Astrology.com. And don't forget, we can all come together in October at my conference here in Dallas, Texas, futureofastrology.com. Thank you.